I am Shane.
I'm Kelsey.
And that's
this is
Dixie. And we're Love Hut for Life. And for 192 weeks, we've been traveling all over the country in this thing.
That's right, guys. This thing has brought us to a lot of really incredible places, and every once in a while, it brings us back to places we've already been. We are hanging out in one of our absolute favorite places and cannot wait to show you all of it. I can't wait to read your comments in the section below. Guys, we are starting our week out at Angel's Rest Hikers Hostel. If you've been following us for a few years, you know that this place is kind of like a home away from home for us. We are in Pearisburg, Virginia, starting season 3 of Love Hut for Life at Angel's Rest. Over there is the chiropractic office on wheels inside of a shuttle bus that Shane built a few years ago. There's the RV that he did some improvements to last year and is back to do some more on. And somewhere over there is the salt cave on wheels that he built last year as well. We are super excited to be back here with all of our friends and cannot wait to see what Doc has in store for us in the future. Right now, I believe there's pancakes and bacon being made in the communal kitchen over here. It's time to go check it out.
We are at one of our favorite places in the country, and that is Angel's Rest Hikers Haven. We've been coming here. This is our 3rd year to be here. It's a little warmer this time. We normally get here in the fall because this place is quite active. This is on the Appalachian Trail in Virginia, and when there is a northbound bubble headed up the trail just a few weeks prior to this whole lawn is covered in hikers. And there's bunk houses and shower houses. But what I do when we come here is I build things for Doc. Like this bus here, I converted a couple years ago into a chiropractic office, as you can see from the banner there. And this time I'll be working on this big camper. I'm gonna be putting a desk inside of it. There's also a trailer behind it underneath the cover that I'll show you later this week that I built last year here. But today, my buddy Mike is allowing me to work in his workspace so I don't have to set up a bunch of tables and whatnot next to the Love Hut. But what I'm going to be doing is there's a jackknife couch inside of that camper and it's not really being used. So we're going to remove it. We're going to put a hinge desktop. So this is the beginning of it, and it's quite simple. These are project boards, so they're only 3/4 inch thick. They call them 1 inch thick. It's not really useful for countertops or cutting boards because they tend to bow and you don't want to get them super wet or anything. But I like building shelves and things out of them. This particular one we're going to be doing some torch work on, as well as really rounding out the corners. It's going to be a beautiful little thing. Y'all hang on. It's going to be a fun week.
Meanwhile, I've been busy cleaning up some of the Arkansas quartz crystals that we pulled out of Willie Rickard's rock farm. Guys, every time I sit down to clean some of these up, I find new surprises. This one is just absolutely gorgeous. Some of the chloride inclusions in here. Normally, we would just dump all of our quartz crystals in a bucket with some iron out in it, but because of all of these chloride inclusions, that's not a good idea. So, cleaning by hand it is. I've got a pick and a toothbrush. Making some progress though. I've also completed this project. Last week, or a couple weeks ago now, our buddy Joe took these tintype photographs of us, and this is my final frame. It's going to go up on the wall next to this one, combining to make one pretty cool art piece.
Another beautiful morning on top of this mountain. Looks like Mike's already beat me to it. He's working on a project too. Today I'm gonna be sanding this down as well. And then I'm gonna get out some fire. Let's see what we can turn this thing into today. So after I get it good and burnt, I then use a wire brush to knock off all the char. And then sand her down.
I'm managing to get a little work done too.
It's another wonderful morning on top of the hill, and I came out today to check on my little project. I had it sitting underneath this little awning, and it came quite the downpour last night, but it stayed dry. Now, I've already come back today and I've sanded down the top of this with 220 grit. I'm trying to achieve as smooth of a surface as I can, so I'm going to be putting several coats of finish oil on this. Time for another one. I got an Amazon box today too. There's goodies in there, you know.
Oh wow, that turned out pretty.
Right? So my hinges will mount to these and I'll fold down.
Nice.
Right? Pretty.
This table that Mike's been building since we've been here turned out nice too.
Right? Very
Hey,
nice.
Mike. Very pretty. I like how the bus, the salt cave, and the RV are all tying in together.
They're all one and the same.
Very pretty. It looks like we've got a giant slip and slide forming over there. That should be a fun one to watch here in a little bit. Mike's doing some work on his rig, and Shane has made it in to quite possibly my favorite of all of the projects that he has taken on over our time on the road. He put so much love into this bus, and it has been being put to good use for over 2 years now. Just in need of a few minor repairs and replacements. Man, I love it in here. How's it going back here, babe?
Great. I'm tearing apart things I built. I'm working on replacing this battery monitor. This is one that came as a referral off of another YouTube channel, and I've put them in several different rigs, and I'm not really happy with how they're working out. And Doc most certainly is not happy with how it's working out. They tend to just not function properly, so I'm replacing it with a Renogy version, seeing the rest of this setup is Renogy as well, so we're going to stick with the trend.
Cool. I'll get it fixed up and working right in no time. I love thinking about how many people have been healed inside of this bus and seeing all of the adorable decorations that truly transform this thing into a chiropractic office. You're one talented dude, Shane.
super simple setup that we built in here. The gray tank and the fresh tank all reside inside the cabinet, as well as the water pump and the accumulator. I've already got the old faucet removed and it comes from back here, and it's time to just put the new one in. All right, let's give it a whirl. Beautiful.
Hello.
Hello.
I believe someone wants your snacks.
She'll be okay.
Did you get it all?
Snacks.
Did you get it all sorted out in the bus?
Most of it. There's more tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's a good day. Tomorrow's 4th of July. I'm not doing jack.
No, I think tomorrow is going to be all about fun. And good food? Guys, if you've been following us over the past almost 4 years now, you know that it is definitely tradition of mine to wake up on a Texas lake on 4th of July surrounded by family. That is very clearly not happening this year. We couldn't quite make it down there, but that's okay because we have found somewhere pretty awesome to spend it. We are hanging out at the Hiker's Hostel, surrounded by friends with more friends on the way. And are considering ourselves pretty grateful. Whoa, whoa, looking good this morning.
All right. I'm gonna add another layer of oil to it, and then we're gonna sit it out in the sun and let it cook for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, I think it's going in its new home.
But outside of getting a little bit of oil, it's gonna take a holiday too.
Yeah, today's 4th of July, right?
It is. Happy birthday, America.
America.
What you got there, Shane?
My new table saw. Boy, how things have changed, huh?
That's awesome. Where are we at?
I don't know. Doc brought us somewhere in the hills so we could take pictures. Where?
Wilburn Valley.
Wilburn Valley. It's gorgeous here.
And lots of really, really cool toys. Always down for an adventure with Doc.
Dixie's funned out. Morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be working on this camper over here. Let's see what we're going to be doing today. This couch here is a jackknife couch, as they call it. So it's basically a futon like you have in college. You just pull this, turns into a bed. But we don't really need that space in here, so I'm going to be removing it. This is actually a bolted down couch because there's seat belts on this, so it bolts down through the frame. So I've got to crawl under the RV, remove this, and then I'm going to be installing that desk I've been working on right here. I'm going to have to find some help to get this thing out of here, I think. Good thing I'm at the hostel.
Yesterday was a whole lot of fun, surrounded by friends. Mary and Kyle made their way to join us, and they're gonna be hanging out with us for a bit. I'm super excited about that. Mostly Diesel. And also, our friend Shelly gifted us a Petoskey stone. Now guys, we were just up in the Great Lakes area, but the only one of the lakes that we got to rock hound in or see was Lake Superior, which meant we didn't have the opportunity to find one of Michigan's most famous stones. I can't wait to get this little beauty all cleaned up and incorporate it as some sort of art inside the Love Hut. I think we'll find some wall space for it. Those tin-type frames turned out good, right guys? Alright guys, so this is what these fire agates look like when you just pull them out of the mountain without any work done to them. Already really, really gorgeous, but after 5 different weeks of tumbling and different polishes, we're gonna have something really cool to look at. I may have gone a little overboard with the polishing, so it's gonna take a bit to get them cleaned. But boy, is that pretty. More water.
All right, now that I've got the couch out and I've been able to really examine this wall, this is how I'm going to be mounting the table. In a residential wall, usually you have a stud every 16 inches. That's not how campers are built at all on any level. This particular one, our seat was bolted through the floor, as you can see, as well as the restraint system. And then the side pieces were anchored to the wall here and here, but mostly it was all attached down to the floor. So that tells us there's not a lot in this wall. If you do a simple tap test, it's hollow, except for over here. You can hear the sound change. That sounds like a big bass drum. That's like a little snare. So what I've done is there is a metal stud that runs up this corner, and there's a metal stud that runs up next to the door. I've attached wood framing to that metal stud, and I'm also going to attach here, there's a metal stud about right there too. And this is going to act as like a backsplash off of the folding desk. But this goes somewhere strong to anchor our hinges from, instead of trying to screw into this very thin, unreliable wall. I got it all finished up. You guys want to see it? Boom. Ain't that pretty? Check it out. You can look out the window too. Ta-da! How heavy is this?
I gotta weigh it. I'll weigh it after.
Around 50 pounds?
No, this is probably almost 60. 54.
So this is the test to see if I could hike, or through hike at least.
This is the test that determines it?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna hold the weight though. Pull those straps tighter.
This strap here. Right here.
The chest straps on the bottom.
Yep. Pull down.
This?
Not that one, no, not the other one. Yep, there you go. So it's attached to you. Ready?
Okay.
Pull.
Take a
You
couple
got it?
steps. So she's walking on space.
Yeah, I could do like
Couple thousand miles of that.
maybe half a mile of this.
That's a really
I
big
didn't
bag.
fall though. I kind of thought that I would.
It's been a couple times.
No, don't. You crush my crackers.
Not my Pop-Tarts.
Not yet, or my Pop-Tarts.
Not my Pop-Tart.
Just take it over shoulders. You good?
You feel so.
I don't think
now.
I'm gonna be a through hiker, guys.
I don't think so either.
With all of Shane's work at a bit of a stall today, we decided that it's time for an adventure. So Kyle is chauffeuring. We've got Mary in the co-pilot seat and Diesel there in his little seat. And the Camp family is down here. Where are we going, babe?
We are going to the New River. We're just much further upstream than where we were last week. But we're gonna be just swimming and it's a lot more calm and deep.
Always down for a good adventure, y'all.
You guys are gonna be in a van down by the river.
All right, y'all, there it is. We have made our way to the Guys County, Virginia Mountain Playground. Just a little community area with a nice trail that leads to a nice swimming hole. This should be a good time. Guys, I am already soaking wet this morning. I have been taking advantage of the water source to get some of my crystals cleaned up. These are all from Willie Rickard's Rock Farm, and I finally got access to some running water and a big bucket so that I could use some iron out on these and get them cleaned up. Check that beauty out. There's so many more like this in here. Oh, look at that beauty. Still a little cleaning to go, but they're almost there.
A little purple one.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Man, we've done a lot of rock processing this week and have some really pretty things to show for it. What are you doing over here, babe?
Putting eyeballs on the back of this thing. I'm putting a backup camera on this RV because it's going to be hitting the road relatively soon, and then it's easy to drive with one of these. This is a good one. It's got lights on it so you can see in the dark. I highly suggest that feature.
Nice. Which one is it?
A no-named one. M. Tifo. This is not...
Did you order it off of Amazon?
I did. It's an Amazon purchase. This one's cool because you can add up to 4 cameras to it, so we're only putting 1. But if in the future she wants to add more, all she has to do is purchase the same camera and then get it to a 12-volt power source on the camper, and you can put a camera anywhere you want, and it goes back to your head unit.
Handy.
Dandy. Mm-hmm.
Guys, we are waving goodbye temporarily to Mary and Kyle. But I have a feeling we're going to see them very, very soon. Shane's work has come to a bit of a stall here. We still have more to do this season. But for the weekend, I think those two are going to find a parking spot big enough for a van and a yellow house. We'll see where we wind up tonight, y'all. But in the meantime, what's going on over here, babe?
Well, we are still having tire wear issues. You can see it a little on this side. The other tire is much worse. I replaced the wheel hub assembly on that side over there last week, and then we drove 100 miles up here, and the tire continued to get worse. So I'm willing to say that this wheel hub assembly on this side needs to be replaced as well. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, luckily we know from last week that this is not a big job, and he should be done with it fairly quickly so that we can go and join Mary and Kyle by the river. I'll show you over here what he's talking about on our wheel though. He's just eating it up. Pretty much all of that damage happened between Michigan and here. I got faith in him though, guys. What about you?
As long as you quit bragging that it ain't a big job, you can't say things like that.
It's called positive manifestation. Hey, the wheel's back on. All done?
All done. We gotta go drive it to know though. There's no way to know.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is gonna get done tonight. I just got off the phone with Mary and Kyle, and it turns out that that little free campground in the New River Gorge that they were headed to.
Not exactly a hidden secret, is it?
No, it is completely full. And they are hanging out in the overflow parking area and said that there's zero cell phone service. They had to find one bench where they could get a hold of me. So I think we might just end our week where we started it, but that's okay. I'm never, ever upset to be hanging out at the Hiker's Haven.
We'll go on an adventure tomorrow.
Guys, we want to take the time to say thank you to each and every one of you who have been following us along this far. If you haven't already done so, be sure and hit those thumbs up and subscribe buttons and comment below, because it is the only way that we know that you're on this journey with us.
Also, if you're looking for more of our content, check out some of our other social media pages like Facebook and Instagram, and you can even check out our Etsy account for some of Kelsey's jewelry as well as some sweet Love Hut for Life merch.
That's right, guys. And if you're looking to contact us on a more private basis, maybe you're looking for Shane to build something for you, then send us an email